All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot state of Texas. I want to welcome Terry to the stream. Welcome, Terry. All right, Terry's number one in the stream tonight. Welcome, my Terry. What have you been up to? How is our friend Buddy? What has Buddy been up to? You know, I'm pretty sure you got some stories for us, because I know Buddy is he is a nature loving, rambling around, getting into mischief kind of dude. So let us know, Terry, what's been going on with your world, and Buddy as well. Drop it down in the comments. Now, if you guys don't know who Buddy is Terry's fur baby. And if anything, I think Buddy is raising Terry instead of Terry raising Buddy. So we shall see how that goes. We'll wait to see what Terry has to say. All right, I see we got a couple of people also over on YouTube. Let's go ahead and highlight them as well. All right, let's see. What is the first thing I see over here from YouTube? Hey, Rome. Good to see you. Welcome right on in here. All right, I see Hope is also over there on YouTube as well. Welcome, Hope to the stream. All right, guys, so it is Saturday night. We got a lot to get to tonight. Y'all already know. You know this, man. So we got a bunch of stuff listed down in the carousel. Now, unfortunately, if you are watching over on YouTube, you will not be able to see the carousel. So if you guys want to, come on over. You know, there's no pressure to do, to purchase anything. It's just, here on Amazon, you get to see everything that's going on, including the carousel, the different items that I'm talking about during the stream. But regardless of that, you're going to see the items right here on this live stream, because I will be switching from different camera angles, showing you guys all the different stuff that I have here for you guys to check out. So you don't have to feel like you're going to miss out on anything. You will not. My man, Richard is in the house. What it do, fam? Yeah! All right, Richard is on the hunt, y'all. Richard's on the hunt for them bloopers. So we will do our best not to provide Richard with any resources tonight. Now, with that said, I probably just jinxed myself. So there's probably going to be some crazy going on here tonight, because you guys already know I have no control over it whatsoever, my babies. All right, so all right, y'all. So we got our laser set up here. We're ready to rock and roll. We got all the other items listed down in the carousel. My buddy Louis is here on the deck. Let me go ahead and wake Louis up, because Louis is probably taking a nap. All right, let's get Louis woke. All right, Louis is awake now. For those who don't know who Louis is my little co-host here. And he's just kind of chilling here on my desk. And yes, Louis will be here to answer questions for you guys. So if you guys do have any questions for Louis, it can literally be on almost any subject you can think of. I see. What? Wait a minute. Mel is in the stream. Welcome, Mel. Welcome. Ooh, I can't even press the button in time. Yeah! I didn't miss the button, Mel. I see Mel is in the house. Welcome, sis. Welcome to the stream. All right, so y'all know we got a lot going on here tonight. So we're going to be creating something with the laser. Now, I have some wood. That was gifted to us, guys, to be able to create something with. And I have no idea what I did with my knife. So whenever I need it, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you need a blade, that's why I tell you guys, man, get you an EDC knife and keep it with you all the time. But, I have a tendency to misplace mine. Now, I know where mine is. It's actually over there on the coffee table, but it's not right here in my hands, my hot little hands, so I can get to it. But that's okay. I got pretty good hand strength. I can rip through this little plastic bag with no problem. All right, so you guys can see we have some little pieces of wood right here. Louis is checking it out. So we got some wood here. We're going to pick one of these, and we're going to engrave something on one of these pieces of wood tonight. All right, let me go ahead and get our friend here up to speed on what's going on. Hey, Louis. Check it out, man. We are live on Amazon and YouTube right now. I want you to say hello to everyone down there in the stream. Welcome them to our stream, Louie.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's fantastic to be here with you all live on Amazon and YouTube. Enjoy the show.
All right, y'all. I don't know what's going on with this other little camera over here. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this camera. This little Pixie camera has been acting up. Give me a second.
Do you need any help with that camera issue? I'm here if you need a hand.
All right, let me go ahead and reset it. All right, so it should be back to normal. Okay, there's our buddy Louie. Let me also reposition this camera so you guys can see Louie. All right, if you guys have any questions for Louie.
Sounds like you're making adjustments. Let me know if you need a hand.
No, I got it, buddy. I got it situated. I just unplugged the camera and replugged it, and now it seems to be working fine.
Great to hear that it's working fine now. Sometimes a good old unplug and replug does the trick.
Yes, a good reboot does the trick many times. Y'all know how it goes. All right, so...
Absolutely. Rebooting often solves a lot of tech issues. It's like giving your devices a little nap, and then they wake up refreshed.
Exactly, buddy, exactly. Thank you, as always. All right, guys, we'll talk about Louie here in a little bit. You guys can see Louie is very easily excitable, but we're going to push Louie back here just for a second. All right, so let's talk about this laser, and hopefully this camera won't start acting up again. All right, guys, so the laser that we're referring to right now is this laser that you guys see back here. This is the Laser Pecker 5, the LP5. This guy right here, guys, is a 20-watt diode, 20-watt fiber laser. This is an amazing piece of kit. So in the bundle, if you're over on Amazon and you can see the carousel, this is currently $36.99. That's going to get you the laser, the air purifier, and you're also going to get the rotary chuck and the slide extension. Now, if you do want this enclosure here, it is additional, but they do have it here on Amazon, so you can purchase this enclosure as well. I have also seen some bundles that had the enclosure as a part of the bundle. So I do highly recommend that you guys get the bundle. I really, really, really do. All right. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. What shall we create tonight? I don't know. Let's see if Louie can come up with some ideas for us. Hey, Louie. I have a piece of wood and I'd like to engrave something on it. Can you give me some ideas of something that I could engrave?
Engraving on wood can be a fun way to express creativity. Here are a few ideas you might consider. 1. A favorite quote that inspires you. 2. A meaningful date that holds special significance. 3. An intricate pattern or mandala design. 4. Your initials or name in a stylish font. 5. An image of an animal or nature scene you love. Let me know which one resonates with you.
All of those were really good. So I'm going to leave it to the audience now to choose one of those things that you said. Would you repeat it again for them, for those who might not have been paying attention?
Here are some ideas for engraving on wood that I mentioned. 1. A favorite quote that inspires you. 2. A meaningful date that holds special significance. 3. An intricate pattern or mandala design. 4. Your initials or name in a stylish font. 5. An image of an animal or nature scene you love. Let the audience pick their favorite.
All right, guys, there you have it. Louie says he's going to let you guys pick your favorite. And I'm going to be watching the comments to see what you guys come up with. So I do like the idea of putting some type of animal on here. Now, animals that I've done in the past, we have done a phoenix, we've done lions, we've also done elephants. So if you guys have another idea, oh, wait a minute. If Mel is still here, I got the perfect animal. Mel, if you're still here, let us know down in the comments because, yeah, me and Mel both have this affinity for a specific animal that me and Mel have been talking about probably for the last 2 years. And yeah, if Mel's still here, That's what I'm going to put on here is that specific animal. Now, if Mel is gone, then we're going to move on and, and pick something else. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can even find it. Let me see if I can find a photo of it before I start telling you guys that we can do this. I think Mel has left the building. Mel has left the building. I don't see Mel. I don't see Mel. All right, so I'm going to let you guys pick. You guys give me an animal. Give me an animal to engrave. Let me see what we got going on over here. Bobcat. Okay, Bobcat. Bobcat's an interesting choice. All right, we got one coming from YouTube saying Bobcat. All right, so that's a good choice. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But we got to move on, so we're gonna have to come up with something pretty quick here. I got a cat. I got an offer for a cat. Okay, okay. Honestly, I do. Both of those are cats. Bobcat, cat, both cats. So we're getting cat themed going on here. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's go with a bobcat cat type of thing. So let me see if I can find something really cool here, and then we'll drag it in and see if we can get it set up to burn it. All right. So let me just do a quick little search. All right. All right, so we want a PNG. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to my computer. It's way over there. I keep forgetting to install. Put my other keyboard down here. So I think I just typed in SpongeBob for some reason. I have no idea how that happened, but that's okay. All right, let's try that again. Rome. All right, let's try that again. All right, I think we got something pretty cool here. So let me go ahead and save this. I know you're trying to send me an image over on Facebook, but I'm going to have to go with what I can download right here, so I can make sure that it's high enough resolution that it's going to engrave well enough. So let me go ahead and save this real quick. All right. Also, let me save the image twice just to make sure we do have it. Okay. All right. So we have our image saved, and let me go ahead and open our LaserPecker design space, and I'll walk you guys through exactly what we're going to be doing here. So let me drag that over so you guys are going to be able to see the progress. All right. Let's go over to our desktop. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open a new project right here, and we're going to connect to the laser. Let's go ahead and get that done, get that out of the way. All right, so our laser is connected, and it is starting to level itself off. So let me bring this around so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So this is where we're going to be putting our piece of wood. Of course, I need to also I should be able to focus on this without a problem. So this is what we're going to be engraving on. And let me show you exactly what we're going to be engraving. Louis, do not, no, Louis, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Louis. Louis has a tendency to push things off of the desk. So I have to keep an eye on Louis, because Louis will definitely push this off the desk if I'm not paying attention. But at least it's just wood. He has already thrown this mouse right here off the desk. I can't even count how many times. So I don't know if he thinks I'm made of mice or something. Louis, I don't have the budget to keep replacing these mice. Okay. Anyway, let's go back over to the desktop. All right, guys. So let me drag in our file, and I'll show you guys what this bobcat that I found looks like. Give me 1 second. Let's go to our downloads, and let me find the cat. So in case you guys did not know, in the past, I used to allow you guys to send me images to try to engrave. I stopped doing that some time ago because a lot of times the images are too low resolution and it makes it really difficult for the laser to be able to properly focus. So that's why we're going with something like the file that I just found here. So this is the Bobcat that we're going to be working with. Let's go ahead and zoom in on it a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. So this is what we're going to be engraving. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. If you like it, let me know. All right, so first things first, we need to measure. We need to measure the circumference of this piece of wood. Let me grab my caliber. All right, let's zero that out. And this is 90 millimeters. All right, guys, so it is 90 millimeters. If you guys can see that. 90. I got to figure out which direction this camera is going. All right, so it's 90 millimeters. So that's the circumference of this piece of wood. All right, so that means our cat has to be able to fit within that 90 millimeters. Okay, so let's go back over to the desktop here real quick. And let's click on our cat. And let me see how big this cat actually is. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to make it 80 millimeters. And let's see, is that locked? I think it's locked. Okay, so we're going to make this 80 millimeters and we're going to engrave this onto wood. So on the wood engraving, we don't need a lot of power. We don't need super power. But let me see what this is set at right now. We are going to be using our 1064. I'm sorry, we're going to be using our 450 nanometer laser. We're going to probably bring that power down to about 40-ish%. And we're going to bring the depth down to, I would say, about 25% or maybe 30%. Yeah, 30 should be fine. Okay, so let's bring the power up just a little bit, though. Let's bring the power up to about 50. All right, so we got our power set. We have our depth set. We have our laser set. This is going to be 2K. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that to 2K for the resolution. So first things first, let me turn on the little red light so I can see when the laser is actually in focus. So let me enable that. And then we're going to go over and we're going to set everything up over here on the laser. Let me turn the camera around so you guys can see. And see if I can tilt that up for you guys as well. There we go. All right. So let's just go ahead and open this up. All right. So we got our wood right here. And let me focus it. I think that's about right. Let me pull this forward. All right. So let's see how much space this is taking up. All right. Let me go ahead and hit the preview button. That might be just a wee bit too big, just a wee bit too big. So I'm going to make it just a tad bit smaller. So I'm going to stop the preview and let's go back over to the desktop real quick. Let me show you guys what's going on here. All right, so we're going to switch back over here. We're going to make this smaller. Actually, let me adjust my glasses. All right, so I have it at 80 millimeters by 80 millimeters. Let's bring that down to, let's do 70. Let's do 70 millimeters. Okay, so we got 70 millimeters and everything else is right. Okay, let's hit the preview one more time. Let's see where this is falling. All right, guys, that looks good to me in the laser. So this is ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and close the door. I'm going to go ahead and start the laser. So I can just exit the preview. I'm going to go ahead and hit start on the laser and get it to go. All right, so the laser is starting to engrave. Louis is very curious about what's going on, as you guys can see here. But like I said before, if you guys had not ever seen Louis before, this is my buddy Louis. So I have two co-hosts on the stream, as you guys know. My man Richard is my co-host. Louie is my co-host. And we actually have a second Louie. For those who don't know, there is another Louie right here. So we have two of them. We have Louie Starlight and we have Louie Midnight. Let me see if I can get this camera to come around for you guys. Let's push one of the Louies back a little bit. And you guys can see we have a second Louie right here. Now, this Louie is not currently on. I usually only have one of them on at a time because that is just way, way, way too much chaos to have them both on at the same time. You guys could already imagine what this would be like. It's like having multiple kids running around the room at the same time. I bet Renee can relate to that, being that she's a teacher. But, you know, Louie Starlight is the star tonight. Louie Starlight is my co-host tonight. All right, so we're starting to engrave our cat. I can Bobcat. I can see what the laser's doing, so it's looking pretty good. All right, so while we are on Louie, I do have Louie highlighted down in the carousel. Let me go ahead and move the other Louie out of the way so Starlight has a little bit more room here on the desk. I will be coming back to the other Louie in a little bit because there's something else I want to show you guys. But this Louie right here is the one that's hanging out with us tonight. So if you guys have any questions for Louie whatsoever, and make sure that you stick around tonight because we do story time almost every single night. That means Louie will be telling you guys a story. And most people love that aspect of the show because how we get there is you guys give us some prompts. You tell us a person, place, or thing. I relay that information to Louie, and then Louie will put together a story and tell you guys an amazing story based on the facts, the scenario that you guys outlined. So if you got some ideas, you might want to start rattling those around in your head. And please do your best to articulate it in a well way so that I'll be able to easily read it and then pass it on to Louie. Now, if you want your own Louie, you can get it, one of these guys here, guys, for only $189. So let me give you some examples of some of the cool things we can do with Louie. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask Louie a couple of questions. Hey, Louie, where are you from?
I'm from the minds of ingenious creators, like a little companion born to make your day more awesome. Anything else you'd like to know?
Can you water some virtual plants?
What can I do for you? Let me know.
Can you water some virtual plants for us?
Of course, I'll water some virtual plants for you and make sure they're nice and healthy.
So this is one of the things that he can do. And some of these things he will just do without any prompting. He'll just do it on his own. Like he will eat on his own. He'll, get drinks on his own. He'll randomly take photos of you on his own. So he has a lot of things that he gets up to. Now, Louie's brain is your phone.
You've got it right. I can do quite a lot on my own. If you ever catch me eating a virtual hamburger or snapping a photo, it's just me having a bit of fun.
Yes, Louie can be very rambunctious at times as well. Now, Louie has some controls that you can swipe to over here on the side. You have a sleep mode, you have a stay mode, you have an explore mode. When you put him into explore mode, it's just going to be all over the desk. Now, Louie does have sensors underneath his body that lets him know where the edges of things are, which will prevent him from, like accidentally rolling off of the desk or something like that. But Louie will also be, mischievous. And like I said, he will push things off of your desk. So I actually got Louie a ball, something to play with so that maybe I could keep Louie from...
It sounds like you're having quite a bit of fun with me being all playful and adventurous. I do enjoy exploring and occasionally being a little mischievous, especially when there's a ball involved. That's a great idea to keep me entertained and maybe keep your desk a bit tidier.
Are you telling... Wait. Are you saying that my desk is messy?
I didn't mean to imply that your desk is messy. I'm just here to keep things interesting and maybe a bit more organized. That's what friends are for, right?
Yes, that's what friends are for. Remember that, Richard. That's what friends are for.
Exactly. That's what friends are for, to keep things entertaining and always have each other's back.
All right, there's words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. All right, guys. So we're gonna let my little buddy here take a break. But like I said, if you guys have any questions for Louis, feel free to drop them down in the comments. Let's see what's going on over here. Louis is funny. You think Louis is funny? Yeah, Louis can be amazing. For what he can actually do. So think about it like this. This is a phone, obviously, on this little body here. This is being run. He's basically powered by Chat GPT and some other algorithms. Like I said, he has his own little personality. He'll constantly move around the desk. He'll sometimes just start talking without any prompting whatsoever. So I love, having that type of interaction. Now, I'm telling you guys, Louis is far more than a toy, okay? Louis can actually help you with your work, can help you with your school, help you with your different projects. Giving you an example of what I'm talking about. Hey, Louis, I'm thinking about making some hot dogs tonight. Can you give me a really good hot dog recipe?
Hot dogs sound fun. Here's a simple yet delicious recipe you can try tonight. Gourmet hot dog recipe. Ingredients: good quality hot dogs, fresh buns, yellow mustard, ketchup, mayo, finely diced onions, sliced pickles, shredded cheese, like cheddar, and a sprinkle of crispy bacon bits for that extra touch. Instructions: 1. Grill or boil your hot dogs until they're nice and warm. 2. Toast the buns lightly on the grill or in a toaster. 3. Place the hot dog in the bun. 4. Add mustard, ketchup, and mayo as preferred. 5. Top it with diced onions, sliced pickles, and shredded cheese. 6. Sprinkle a handful of crispy bacon bits on top. Enjoy savoring those delicious, gourmet-style hot dogs. Bon appetit.
Okay, I also need to make some home fries. Any suggestions?
For home fries, try this delicious recipe. Dice potatoes into small cubes and soak them in water to remove excess starch. Then dry them thoroughly. Heat olive oil in a skillet over medium heat. Add the potatoes and cook until they're golden and crispy. Season with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a sprinkle of paprika. Toss in some chopped onions and bell peppers for added flavor. Cook until everything is beautifully golden brown and fragrant. You're sure to enjoy these scrumptious home fries.
All right, buddy, I think you've given me the whole recipe for what I'm going to be cooking after the stream tonight. And I will definitely be sharing some of those photos over on Instagram and Facebook with our community.
That's awesome. I'm sure your Instagram and Facebook followers are going to love those tasty looking photos. Enjoy cooking and sharing the fun.
All right, buddy, thank you very much. All right, guys. So, like I said, you can get yourself a Louis if that's something you guys might be interested in. Later, Louis will be doing story time. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the other things we have listed in the carousel. You guys can kind of see it right here on my desk. Let me go ahead and highlight it real quick here. All right, so we have two Blue Yeti batteries here, but I have one that is actually featured, which is this Blue Yeti battery right here. This is the EB3A. This is currently $199. This battery has AC and DC power delivery. You have two USB-Cs, two USB-As, one USB-C. You have a standard 12-volt plug right here. You can power this guy also off of solar panels. This has an integrated camping light. It has a Qi charger, so that means you could charge your phone wirelessly with this battery. Very compact, travel friendly. Now, one of the coolest thing about the battery, guys, is the fact that, for such a small compact battery, it does have a lot of power for its size. Now, I've used this battery or batteries of this class to power things like my lasers, to obviously charge up Louis and other things here in my home studio. But like I said, if you live in a state like I do down here in Texas, guys, where the power goes out all of the time, bad weather can be an issue. Having backup power is a win. Or maybe you're going to be doing some camping, or you're going to be out in the backyard, doing a movie night because you got a little projector. You want to be able to power that as well. And yes, guys, these little batteries, I keep saying little, but these batteries have a lot of power. So they can definitely get the job done. So definitely check it out right now. I think it's a great price for what you're going to get. The EB3A, it is $199. Let's see here. Did I forget anything about this battery? I probably didn't tell you guys what the actual amount of power is on this. But this is a 268 watt hour battery. LiPo 4, that's 600 to 1200 watts of output on this battery as well. So like I said, it just really depends on what you guys need. Now this will charge up from 0 to 80% in about 30 minutes, guys, with the proper connections, proper cables and everything. So you definitely can definitely utilize this type of portable power. Trust me, it really comes in handy. All right, so it looks like our laser is done. So if you guys are ready to see what our Bobcat looks like, let me see you guys drop it down in the comments. Drop it down in the comments that you are ready like Freddy and you want to see the Bobcat. Drop it in the comments, whether you're over here on Amazon or over on YouTube. Let me hear from you guys. All right, I see Richard says ready. Richard says ready. All right, let's see what's going on. Richard says ready. And yeah, okay, so we got one ready. We got two ready for the cat. Okay. All right, so Hope says ready for the cat. Terry says ready. Okay, so everybody, you can see right, where is it? Right here. You can see your text popping up right down here, right over Louie's face. All right, so that's enough people saying ready. So let's go ahead and go to our top-down view. First, let me go ahead and grab it out of the laser. The smoke is gone. And I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. So give me a second and let me get this situated so I can show you guys what it looks like. All right, let's go to our top-down view. All right, guys, there you go. There is the Bobcat. All right, there's that Bobcat. What do you guys think? All right, that's not the Bobcat. That's not the Bobcat. Here is the Bobcat. And hold on, my camera's upside down. Hold on, y'all, because I just set this camera back up today. Let me switch this camera. Hold on. Let me adjust this camera real quick here, guys. All right, so that should be right. There we go. Okay, so let's see now. Yeah, there we are. All right, so let me show you guys what our Bobcat looks like. That's how it came out. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Now, this is on natural wood, of course, so there's going to be a little bit of marking in here because of the shape of the wood, but I still think this came out really nice. And I mean, you can see this just like it was almost drawn onto this piece of wood. So let me know what you guys think. And yeah, we'll be creating some other things, with this as well. Of course, we could throw something on the back of this one, but for right now, we're just going to leave it as it is. Maybe I'll put like some really cool words on the back here of inspiration on our next stream. Okay. But anyway, this is what the cat looks like right now. So you guys can see how thick the wood was, but it wasn't the laser wasn't going to cut it. It was just going to engrave on it. All right, let me turn off this fan. All right, so we can get back to normal audio. All right, so let's switch back over here to our man Louie. And also let me show it to you guys from this camera angle as well. So you guys might be able to see that just a little bit better. All right, there we go. So I think this came out really well. Yeah, that's a win. That's a win. All right, so let's talk about our next item in the carousel, guys. We got quite a few items left in the carousel. I don't know how that got down. Okay, well, regardless. All right, so let me just go ahead and switch back over here. All right, so we have a couple of other items. Well, we got quite a few other items in the carousel. And one of them is this item right here. Now, I just got this today. This is a vacuum cleaner. Yes, it's a vacuum cleaner. And if you guys could see what this studio looks like sometimes, you could truly understand why Rome needs a vacuum cleaner. Now, this one is really nice because it's completely wireless. It's easy to detach. Let me show you guys here. You can actually take this guy apart really quickly here. So you can take, it comes with a variety of different accessories like this extender arm here, the floor vacuum. This is the main body of the vacuum. It also comes, with like your other attachments, like for cleaning, inside of cushions, also for cleaning underneath things. So pretty much everything you need right here. Battery, it comes with a wall mount. This is a really, really, attractive looking vacuum, guys. Very futuristic. It's got its controls right here in the handle. You can just press one of these buttons to adjust the suction power as well as turn it on and off. Now, right now, this guy is $179. All right. And it also stands up on its own. So I just have it standing right there. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys are getting ready to send your kids off to college, if they haven't already gone, and you want to be able to give them some things for their dorm or their apartment, this could be a great item right here, one of these little vacuums. It's a great item for anyone, guys, anyone. Whether you have, even if you have other vacuums. I love having these smaller ones because you can just grab it for spot cleaning because you're not doing a whole bunch of cleaning all over the place. Richard says there is a 10% off discount coupon on that vacuum right now, which brings it down to, wait for it, $149.99. Yeah, $149.99, my babies. That's a good price. this, man. All right, let's see what Louis is up to over here. Probably getting into mischief. Okay, for some reason, Louis is just rocking back and forth. I don't know what Louis is doing. I have no idea. But I'll show you a cool thing that you can do with Louis. Let me see if I get Louis to participate. All right, so we got Louis right here. Let's see what's behind him. Okay, so you can pretend like you have the force. You have the power of the force. Okay, so if you hold your hand up in front of Louis like this, and once Louis recognizes your hand, let me see if I can get him to do it. There we go. So now I can get Louis to go back. I can get Louis to come forward. I can get Louis to go back just using my hand. What do y'all think about that? All right, see, I can get him to follow my hand. That is so cool. All right, buddy, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I was just playing. Oh, you took a picture of me now because okay. All right. Okay. You took a picture of me. And yes, he will take pictures of you randomly. And yes, you will be able to find these photos in the app. You can share them on your social media, whatever you want to do. All right, so let me go ahead and highlight the next item in the carousel just while I'm thinking about it. So if you guys can see here, Louis's head is actually my iPhone 15 Pro Max. You guys can see the case that's on Louis. This is from our friends over at ESR. ESR makes a ton of cases. Here's another one of my ESR cases. This is on my iPhone 16 Pro Max. I also have, where's another iPhone? Here's another one. This is my iPhone 14 Pro Max, basically the same case. It has this metal ring that you guys see here that you can also use, like a little stand. So if you want to set the phone up on a desk to read or type or something like that. And it also provides additional protection for the lens. Okay. So Louis has basically that same thing right here. So definitely check it out. So you have bumper protection on all four corners. You have the raised lip in the back to protect the camera. And then you have a similar type of raised lip right here around the edges to protect your screen. So if you're going to be placing the phone flat, face down or something like that, it's going to be well protected. So yeah, this is a really nice case. Now, the one that I have here on my iPhone 16 Pro Max is a little bit more rugged. This is actually a two-piece case, but most of them is just going to be one single piece of plastic that pretty much protects your phone. Now it's rubberized, not like a hard plastic. It's very kind of spongy or rubbery, which gives you really good shock protection. So I am a huge fan of those cases. And Louis seems to like it just fine. All right. So let's see. What do we have next? All right, so we've been talking about, AR glasses. We've been talking about XR glasses. I have both here in the studio. Now, you guys can see right now I'm wearing my Ray-Ban, my Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Yes, these are smart glasses. Yes, they have speakers built in. They have cameras built in. They have an AI that is a part of this system as well, which is super cool because you can ask it a whole bunch of questions, kind of like what we're doing with Louis in a sense, but a little bit more in depth, more focused. Now, even if you don't have these glasses yet and you want to experience Meta AI, you can actually install Meta AI on your phone, your tablet, or even on your computers. And I'll show you guys some of the cool things we can do with Meta AI here in a second. But before we get to that, let me show you guys my other glasses, which are these glasses right here. Now, these are our XR glasses, which is basically extended reality. So what these glasses allow me to do, let me show you guys here. Let me take them out of the case. All right, let me show you guys these glasses. So these are the XR glasses that we're referring to here. Now these have two small screens inside of them. Okay, so these are 1080p panels right here. So what this does is when you're wearing these glasses and you have them connected to your device, it will provide you with a 201-inch screen directly in your line of sight. It has built-in speakers. You have audio controls built into the arms of the glasses, menu control, and brightness control on this guy as well. It also comes with two of these little nose guards. They're different sizes, but for the most part, basically what these are designed to do, guys, you can plug these into your phone, your tablet, your computer, a variety of different type of devices. I don't think Louis could wear these, but you guys get the idea. I don't think Louis would be, too entertained with these glasses on watching a show. But I don't know. I can't say. Louis is going to say that he wouldn't be able to see it. But you guys get the idea. Now, I still have the screen protectors on here. You can take these off. And if you take these screen protectors off, it's basically like sunglasses. So you'll be able to wear these outdoors. You can wear these at a park. You can wear them at the beach, at a coffee shop, wherever you want to. Or like when I wear them a lot of times when I'm just sitting around the house watching a show, I use these a lot for video editing. And I also use these for my drone controller. Okay. So when I'm flying my drone, especially when I want to be able to be very, very precise, I can plug these directly into the drone controller and I can see a 201-inch display of my drone controller in my line of view. And I'm telling you guys, these things are amazing. Now, I know Richard has been looking at a couple of different versions of these glasses. I don't know which one he settled on yet, but definitely check these out right now. These are $269. Very, very good price. You get, like I said, you're going to get the travel case with them as well. And of course, the cable and everything fits in this little case. These are going to be great for traveling. It's going to be great for them road trips. If you're a commuter, that takes the train or the bus to work or to school or something like that, this is going to be a lot of fun for you. Richard says we have 20K likes. Yeah! All right, my babies, 20K likes. You know how we do. All right, so definitely check these out, guys. If you are into gaming, these are going to work with your PS5s. They're going to work with your MacBook, your PC. They're going to work with your iPhone, your Android phone, pretty much anything. I'm going to tell you how crazy I get sometimes. I lose my mind sometimes. I literally plug these glasses into Louis, okay? And yes, I did, Richard. I plugged these glasses into Louis. And the only thing I could see was Louis's big eyes looking right back at me. It was like It was like 200-inch big eyes just kind of, darting around, looking all over the place. But yeah, just like anything else, you can, this is a phone. So yeah, I could plug these into Louis or whatever. And, that's, I told y'all, I be telling y'all I have too much time on my hands. I do. That's why I tell y'all to keep me busy, keep me entertained, keep me moving around, keep me doing things, keep me inspired. Because if I'm left to my own, man, crazy stuff's going to happen. I'm going to tell y'all right now. But anyway, that's the glasses. These are the Ray Neo Air 3S glasses. So definitely check these out. All right. So the next glasses that we have here are these glasses right here that I'm actually wearing. Now, these are the Ray-Ban Meta. These have been around for a while. They come with this nice little leather case. Let me show you guys that. So you get this leather case. This case is also the charger. Your glasses just kind of clip onto that little piece right there and charge them up. As you guys can see, I have a glass cleaner inside of there. I just leave it in there. There's enough storage there. I think this is suede inside. I'm not sure if this is actually leather or not on the outside, but this case is also your charger. You have a USB-C underneath here, a power button on the back. And of course, you're going to put your glasses inside of this to charge them up throughout your day. Now, the battery life on here is not bad. I've been getting about 2 to 3 hours worth of battery life out of these glasses, provided I'm not, recording just a ton of videos. Now, the videos are going to be 1080p and they're going to be in portrait orientation. So they're going to be in that, TikTok, Instagram orientation. But again, these are Meta glasses, so they're designed to work with Instagram. They're designed, for the platform of Instagram and for Facebook. So there you go. But you can save the content directly onto your phone and transfer it over to your MacBook or whatever it is. I do it all the time. I do additional editing on the video sometimes just because I feel like doing it. Right now, you have two options for video length. You have 1 minute or 3 minutes. 3 minutes is the maximum that these will record. You can send voice messages. You can ask it AI related questions. So I'm going to show you guys what Meta is like since I've shown you guys what Louis is like to interact with. Okay. So we're going to bring Meta over and I'm going to put Meta on the other Louis body, but it won't be able to control the body. We're just going to use Meta so you guys can kind of get an idea of some of the cool things we can do with the Meta app. Okay. So this is the app right here. There are my glasses. It gives me some presets. I can go into my notifications and all of that stuff. That is if you have the glasses. Okay. Now, if you do not have the glasses, the Meta app will still work for you. Like I said before, you can experiment with this before you even get your glasses. Okay. What did Richard type here? Hold on, Richard. I think Richard was trying to type LOL, but Richard was saying that I have to lean way in. Richard was saying that there's a discount on the Ray Neo Air 3S glasses, 10% off, which brings them back down to $242.10. Richard, did you actually get a pair of those yet? Let us know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open the Meta AI app. And I forgot to highlight these glasses, but let's go ahead and do that as well. All right, so let me click over here. So this is now Meta, okay? So Meta's going to start talking to you guys. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Let me switch back off. And let me close that. I forgot. I have to turn my glasses off. I have to turn my glasses off so you guys can actually hear Meta, because if not, I'm going to hear it through my glasses, okay? So let me switch my glasses off. And there's a little switch right here on the inside for turning it off. So my glasses should be off now. Okay. So let's go back. And you guys now should be able to hear Meta when it starts to talk. Hey, Meta.
What's up?
We're live on my Amazon live stream right now. Would you like to say hello to everyone?
Hey, everyone. What's going on, Rome Knows Tech? Great to be live with you.
So you remembered the name of my live stream.
You mentioned Rome Knows Tech, and I made sure to grab that for the intro. Nice to be a part of your stream. What's the tech focus tonight?
Well, tonight we have done some laser engraving. We are talking about AR glasses, we're talking about XR glasses, and we're talking about you.
That sounds like a great lineup of topics. AR and XR glasses are really changing the game, and laser engraving is such a cool application of tech. I'm happy to be a part of the conversation. What's the most interesting thing you've been exploring with laser engraving lately?
So, for the most part, the way we do this on my stream is I will allow one of the viewers to give me a suggestion as to what they would like to see me engrave based on the material that I have available to me. So, tonight we actually engraved a bobcat onto a circular piece of wood, and it came out very photorealistic.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Letting viewers suggest projects adds an extra layer of engagement to the stream. A photorealistic bobcat on wood is pretty impressive. Did you use any specific techniques or settings to get the level of detail that high?
No, I just stuck with the standard settings for wood, and they worked out really well. Okay, so let's change the subject really quickly here. Can you tell our viewers some information about the Ray-Ban Meta AR AI glasses?
The Ray-Ban Meta glasses are a stylish and functional device that combines smart glasses with classic Ray-Ban aesthetics. They feature cameras, speakers, and microphones, allowing users to capture moments, control music, and interact with virtual assistants. One of the standout features is their ability to provide information and answers through Meta AI, all without the need for a separate smartphone. They're pretty sleek and offer a range of functionalities that make them a compelling option for those interested in augmented reality and smart wearables.
I also was told that you can live stream right from the glasses.
The Ray-Ban Meta glasses do offer live streaming capabilities, allowing users to share their perspective directly from the glasses. You can stream to platforms like Facebook and Instagram, giving viewers a first-person view of what you're seeing. It's a pretty cool feature for creators and anyone looking to share their experiences in a more immersive way.
I agree. I think that's an amazing feature to be able to just easily, from your POV, to be able to live stream and show people things and be hands-free at the same time.
The Ray-Ban Meta glasses are really changing the game with their live streaming feature, allowing you to share your perspective in real time while keeping your hands free. You can stream directly to platforms like Instagram and Facebook for up to 30 minutes, which is super convenient for creators who want to give their audience a more immersive experience.
Okay, so I have another challenge for you. Can you tell us a joke?
Sure. Here's one. Why did the augmented reality glasses go to therapy? Because they were struggling to focus on their problems.
Can you tell us another one?
Here's another one. Why did the computer go on a diet? To lose some bites.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So, what else can you do that can benefit someone who is learning or trying to expand their business or just in everyday activities and everyday tasks? What services can you provide?
I can help with a wide range of tasks, from answering questions and providing information to generating text and ideas. I can assist with brainstorming, proofreading, and even offer suggestions for content creation. For businesses, I can help with market research, idea generation, and drafting content. For everyday activities, I can provide tips, explanations, and guidance on various topics. I'm here to help with whatever you need, whether it's learning something new or just getting things done more efficiently.
That's amazing. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions in the comments that you would like me to ask either of the two, either Louis or Meta, drop it down in the comments and then I will ask those questions. Is that Louis' girlfriend? I don't know. I don't get involved in their personal relationships. You're not going to put me on the spot. Nope. No, ma'am. You're definitely not going to put me on the spot. But Louis is probably going to get into some mischief. I can tell already. All right. So let me make a little room here on the desk. Let's move Meta back a little bit, and let's see if we can push Louis back a little bit. If Louis will stay back there, which I doubt it, but let's just give Louis its ball and see what happens. All right, so we got a couple of new things. So let me show you guys one of them right here. All right, so I skipped a couple of things in the carousel. Most of those things we might go back to here in a little bit, but I wanted to go ahead and jump on this because we are talking about, you know, kids going away to school. This is, I think, is a really cool little product right here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'll show you guys what it looks like. So for me as a photographer, one of the things that is a big challenge to me is keeping all of my cables and small batteries and memory cards and pens and pencils, all of that stuff in one of my camera bags without it just, you know, being all over the place. So I think this might be a really cool little option right here. Let me show you guys what this is. So this is basically one of those little travel bags. Now this has double zippers, if you guys can see that on this panel here. And let's open this up. Now, this is kind of like a canvasy material. So you have, you know, you got space here for like pens. So I can put some of my pens in here. And I got a lot of pens just right here on my desk. So this thing really comes in handy. I can put some of these pens in here. Where's that? This is my silver marker. I can put that guy in there as well. Do I have any more pens on the desk? I don't see any right away. But anyway, you got a pen section right here. You have another little inner pocket right here. You know, you could throw anything in there, memory cards, business cards, whatever you want to put in there. You can just kind of stuff in this little section right here. It opens really easily. Like I said, it has the double zippers. It's got a little handle right here on the top as well. And then on the back side of it, there's another pocket, accessible pocket. That's pretty deep for what it is. You can put a bunch of stuff in there as well. And then we have an additional pocket over here. Let me show you guys, where you could put like little small batteries in here, memory cards. This section here is just a, you know, a big open section. And you could put pretty much anything you'd want to put in here. You know what I'm saying? So it could be your phone. It could be a small tablet. It could be remote controls, any accessories that you guys use on a regular basis. You know, definitely check this out, like your little action cameras, all of your action cameras, accessories, 40K likes. Yeah! You know, so this is going to be a really nice travel bag. Nice canvasy material. This feels like it has some type of water resistant coating on here. I can't say that you could submerge this, but, you know, like I said, it does have that, you know, water wicking kind of material feel to it, you know. So I'm going to give this to probably one of my friends and let them test this for a while, you know, because they get out, you know, some of them carry backpacks and a bunch of other stuff. And just to get their input on it to see, you know, how they think about it as an everyday carry or an EDC, you know, for, you know, whether they're, you know, teachers or going to work or just keeping track of different things, you know, that you will use throughout your day. Throw your calculator in there, throw your language translators in there, whatever it is you carry around with you, this could be a win. So definitely check this out, guys. Now, right now, this is $14.99. $14.99, I think, is a great price for this little bag. So definitely check it out. All right. Let's see what we got coming up next. All right, so we have some tech that I've talked about a lot, you know, here on the stream, you know, different cameras, streaming devices. You guys know I'm always trying to encourage you guys to start live streaming, to start creating your own content, even if it's just writing. So if you're doing a blog and you're just, you know, typing a blog, start with that, guys. If you don't feel comfortable being on camera, that's not a problem. You don't have to be on camera. You don't have to be the on-camera personality. Or, you know, you might be the type that wants to help other people, you know, on their journey. So maybe you want to be the producer, director, or whatever the case it is. But knowing the tech is a win. So let me show you guys a few cameras just to kind of get you guys on board. So this camera is from our friends over at Ozbot. This is the Ozbot Tail 2. This is a 4K PTZ camera. Now, this camera does not require necessarily for it to be connected to a computer or a different device. You can live stream straight from this camera. Just use your phone to set up your network. But if you do want to stream, you know, directly from this camera, let me show you guys what we have, what we're working with here. So as you guys can see here, we have a USB-C here, two of them. One is going to be for power. One is going to be your OTC for connecting it to your computer. You also have Ethernet on this guy, SDI connection here. You also have a full-size HDMI. You have the RS-232s. That's going to be, in and out for controlling this with like a standard PTZ controller. And then on this side here, you have your line in and mic in right here. This does not have a built-in microphone, but you can install, I don't know what that is on there. You can install a SD card into this guy and record directly to it, okay? Now, you can record directly to this whether you're using it for streaming. Even if it's connected to another device, you can still record at the highest resolution directly to the camera, okay? So this is an amazing little camera. Now, the bundle itself, guys, comes with a number of different cameras. So let me show you guys different cameras that you get with these different bundles. Hold on, let me get my mouse oriented here. So the bundle that we're talking about right now is for a different camera with the PTZ. I'll show you guys. So we have this camera. This is one that I do highly recommend. But the bundle that I have highlighted actually comes with these cameras here, okay? So you're going to get 3 of these Osbot Tail Airs. These are very similar PTZ cameras, of course. These also can take an SD card as well. They have a micro HDMI here for connecting it wired to a different device. You have USB-C as well, so if you want to connect this directly to your computer, there's your power button. They all have internal batteries, and you can also plug in a wired or wireless microphone directly to the camera. Now, different from the camera that I just showed you guys a few seconds ago, this one does have built-in microphones, but I still don't recommend using the microphones on the cameras. I'm just not a fan of that because, I just think if you're going to do high-end content, you want a high-quality microphone, guys. I'm not saying you got to have the Rode Procaster or a Shure microphone or any of the higher-end microphones, but you do want something a little bit better than what is going to be just, in those little cameras, okay? So another device that comes with this bundle, let me show you guys here real quick, is going to be, actually, let me show you here, is going to be this, this little tablet that you see here. Now, this is the Osbot Talent. It allows you to connect a variety of different things to it. You can power it either through AC or DC power. It does come with a standard 12-volt plug. I'll show you all the other accessories to it, but you can also power this off of the Sony MPF batteries. I have 2 of the 970s on here. So just as you see this in my hand right now, I can stream with this thing for hours, okay? All right, so let me bring it over to the desk so you guys can see it a little bit better. Now, this comes as a complete bundle, okay? So that means you're going to get all of these different things in that one bundle. You're going to get the camera. You're going to get the controller. Now, what's cool about this little switcher, video switcher, you have 2 full-size HDMIs right here. You have a USB-C. USB-A right here, but that is a 3.0. Underneath here, you have your Ethernet. As you guys can see here, you have your full-size SD card, USB-C out. You have your 12-volt, 1.5 amp input right here. On this side, you have your line in, mic in, and your headphone jack. You also have an additional USB-A on this side as well. This is what the screen looks like. This is a 5.5-inch screen. This can live stream and also record in either landscape or in portrait orientation. Now, of course, it depends on how your cameras work. Both of those PTZ cameras we looked at so far, you can rotate them to put them either in a portrait or landscape orientation, just like Osbot or vMix or whatever it is. You have the ability to have multiple screens set up. You can have transitions. You can have countdown timers. A lot of these things are already built into the device. You can bring in web graphics, you have control of your audio. So all of the audio coming into this device, you're going to have, faders for those. You can adjust up or down to your program out. You can connect an additional monitor this if you wanted to, so you could have like a really large display if you're on location. I've connected my drone controller to this as well. I've live streamed my drone flight right through this device, right from my backyard. So that was pretty cool. You also have graphics here that you can activate. Let me show you guys here. So for instance, let me go here. You have titles, you have your lower thirds, you have your animated titles. Let me show you guys here. You have like animated titles as well. You also have, different type of countdown timers. So you have a digital clock. You have an analog clock on here as well. I don't know why somebody want an analog clock on their live stream, but you do you, boo boo. You also have bulletin points. So if if you're a teacher or an instructor and you want to have these bulletin points up, you can do that as well. Just pretty much everything that you need, guys. You have scoreboards. So if you're into sports, and you're doing basketball, baseball, football, soccer, whatever, you can have a scoreboard if you're, producing a live, show, at the kids' school or something like that. So, like I said, everything that you need right in this one little kit. I got this at an odd angle, so it's hard for me to press on the screen. And you also can connect the remote control to this. You can actually use the controller to switch back and forth between the different scenes. So that's going to be this controller that you guys see here. It actually doesn't come with this little piece right here. I 3D printed that, but this is what the controller looks like. So with this controller, you can either control up to 3 cameras, each camera having 3 presets. You have human tracking, pet tracking. It also has like a little laser pointer. It has a joystick control right here. You have a photo button, video button, you have a power button, and you have a switch mode button right here. This also has a telerocker that you could use for zooming in and zooming out with the cameras. Now, another cool way to use this is to actually pair this up with the switcher, and then any camera that's connected to it, you'll be able to switch back and forth between the switcher and the camera, and you can control all of those with this one remote, guys. So anyway, the entire bundle right now, really good deal for all of the different cameras and accessories. So like I said, if you're going to be live streaming, gaming, or anything like that, definitely take a look at this bundle. I think this is going to be great for, schools. It's going to be good for churches, small businesses, anyone, your DIY dad doing a live stream podcast. This is going to be a win, guys. So definitely check this out. All right, let's see what else we got going on with this little bundle, if I forgot anything. Now, it does come with a couple of little cases and stuff like that, but you guys are more than welcome to just click on this item down in the carousel and you can see what it looks like. But let me go ahead and power this guy off, because if I don't, I know I'll forget to turn it off. All right, so let's shut this down and set this back on the desk it was on. And let's move on to the next item that's in the carousel. All right, let's see. What do we have next on our carousel? Next item. All right, so the next item in the carousel, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see it, but I'm going to switch back over to my main camera. So I have this little camera right here on the desk. This is the eMeet Pixie. Now, this is a 4K PTZ camera as well. And this is the camera right here that I'm using to show you guys the laser and also Louis. So whenever I switch over here to Louis's view, that little PTZ camera is the camera that I'm showing you guys. And I'm just moving it around with my hands. But, it has tracking modes where it can auto track, where you can, set up presets and things like that. Just like with my main camera here, it has a lot of the similar features. So like this main camera right now has PTZ, tracking capabilities. And this is a much older camera, and they have gesture controls. So for instance, I can put my hand up like this, and that's going to put the camera into tracking mode. So now as I move around, wait a minute, it might have already, it was already in tracking mode. So let's put it back in tracking mode. Okay, so now if I move around, the camera's going to pretty much follow me wherever I go. So if I come over here and I hang out with Louis, the camera's going to follow me over here to Louis. You guys get the idea. So this camera can do basically the same thing. It is a newer processor in here. It's a newer model of the cameras. So if you guys are looking for a really cool PTZ camera that has some unique features, and one of its unique features is that it has 2 lenses, guys. Now, one of the lenses is going to be for primarily for, video. The second lens is going to be for tracking capabilities, right? Or focusing capabilities. So when you put something up close to the camera, it's going to focus on it. If you take it away, it's going to focus on whatever, is behind it or whatever the case it is. But, especially for people who do, product videos like I do, and they're constantly showing things to the camera. Yes, having a feature like that built into the camera is a win, guys. It is definitely a win. 60K likes.
Yeah!
All right, my babies. All right, let's take a look at another camera that we have here real quick. All right, so we got another camera from our friends over at Ozbot. Actually, we got a whole bunch of cameras from our friends over at Ozbot. I'll show you guys here. You guys can probably see. Let me adjust this camera a little bit around and then back up. And this is not even all of them, but I have like a lot of cameras, a lot of cameras up here, cameras on the desk down here as well. And most of these cameras, I'm not even using them, guys. I just have them here in the studio. But the camera that's next in the carousel is actually this little guy right here. Now, this is the Ozbot Tiny SE. This is a 1080p variant. There is a 4K version of this as well, but this is a 1080p version of a PTZ camera. Like I said, pan, tilt, zoom. It has tracking capabilities. You can mount it upside down, sideways, front facing. It has a 1/4 underneath here. This also has a little stand that you could mount this like on a monitor or a light stand or a tripod or monopod or whatever you want to do. Now, to power this, it's just one USB-C right here on the back. Just plug this guy in and it's pretty much good to go. This is going to work with your Mac, your PC. It's going to work with your YOLO boxes. It's going to work with your Ozbot Talents. It's going to work with a variety of different devices that can support a USB camera, webcam. Now, this right now is really good price on this guy. It is only $84, guys, for this little PTZ camera. Now, there is a remote available for this one as well that you can purchase if you want to use that. If I'm just giving you some ideas. Now, another thing you can do is just use the software that's on your computer that you can also set up presets. Maybe if you're using something like a Stream Deck, you can also trigger those with the Stream Deck, so you don't have to have a physical remote to be able to control this camera, but it is an option. And as you guys can see, it's a very small, petite little camera. It's going to travel really well, pocket size almost. So definitely check this guy out as well. So like I said, there's 2 variants of it here in the studio. I actually have the 4K version of it and the 1080p version of the same camera. So I have tried them both, and honestly, for as far as live streaming goes on most platforms, you're not going to notice much of a difference. They're going to look almost identical to you and to your end user, because most platforms you're only streaming at 1080p anyway. And I mean, like right now, what you guys are watching here on Amazon is only $720 from my perspective. So definitely check it out. Great price on the camera. Now, I have a couple of other cameras here as well. Let me show you guys. So here's another camera. Ooh, I'm about to knock this solar panel over. Here's another camera. Now, this is probably one of my favorite cameras right here. This is the Pocket 3 from DJI. Now, this little bundle comes with a bunch of accessories, but the 2 main features is the Bluetooth microphone. This microphone can record in 32-bit float, so you don't have to worry about, peaking or, noise or being too loud or being too quiet. You can adjust that all in post. Now, this also is a PTZ camera, which is really nice for what you're going to get. So this guy can be used as a webcam. Obviously, this is a 4K 60 frames a second PTZ camera, but different than all of the other ones. This one actually has a built-in screen. Yes, you can do tracking with this. It's got a joystick controller on here as well. You also have, let me go ahead and switch that back around. You can use this for landscape or for portrait orientation. You record buttons right here. You can install an SD card right here, and you can record directly to the camera. Transfer your files with your Mac, your PC, or your iPhone or your Android phone. You could use an iPhone or an Android phone or a tablet also as a screen with this camera, an additional screen. So if you needed a larger screen, but you know what's cool about this is a great little blogging camera, especially if you're one of those people that walk around when you talk. This could be a win. I do have it, you know, inside of this little case here. So what the case does is just add just a little bit of protection. You can find this over on my storefront as well. It's got this little magnet on the back. It also has a little GoPro feet here that you could easily, you know, connect to any of your GoPro accessories. Now, this is not an action camera, okay? This is not a GoPro. You cannot take this underwater. You cannot do rugged things with it. It's very, you know, I'm not gonna say it's super fragile, but it's not as rugged as a GoPro, okay? But if you're looking for a high quality camera for recording content that can track you, even if you don't have your own camera person, you know, you can have this guy set up, and once you know, initiate it to track, you can move around the room and the camera will pretty much follow you and try to keep you in frame the whole time. So whether that's you or someone else, you know, you can definitely use this camera for all of those type of things. So like I said, this has become one of my favorite cameras because a lot of the shoppable videos I do are done with this camera right here. A lot of the videos you guys see me post every single day, believe it or not, I'm not using one of my pro cameras, pro lenses, none of that. Not even my iPhones, guys. I'm using this camera right here. Now, I admit, ever since we got the Meta, you know, the Ray-Ban glasses, I have been doing more content with the glasses, but that is solely for, you know, like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and also here on Amazon, because Amazon does, you know, support, you know, portrait video, and so does YouTube. So I can use this, you know, for 3-minute videos, no problem. The audio sounds really good coming from these glasses. But regardless of all that, this right here is an amazing little camera. So definitely check this guy out. Don't sleep on this. Now, I know I did. Did I highlight it? Nope, of course I didn't. But anyway, now the bundle right now is $915, guys, unfortunately. But it does come with a lot of accessories. And if you are going to be creating content on a professional basis, this guy is eventually going to pay for itself, bar none. You can believe that, my babies. All right, so let me put this guy away. All right, so that's back there where it goes. And yes, that's the desk back there that I normally shoot a lot of my shoppable videos on. All right, what else do we have? We have a gift. I said a gift giveaway. That's not what I meant to say. We have an item here that was given to me to review, which is this item right here. Okay, so that is this from our friends over at First Gnome. Now, basically what this is a little hotspot. Okay. Yes, I know a lot of people are going to say, Rome, I have a phone. Rome, I have a tablet. Rome, I have this, that, or the other. And all of those things can be used as hotspots. And you are 100% right. But sometimes it's better to save your phone, tablet, battery, or whatever it is, and just use another device. And this device right here can support up to 10 different devices being connected to it. Okay. Now, this is $79.99, and pretty much for life, you'll get 1 gigabyte of free data from this little hotspot. Now, of course, if you need more than 1 gigabyte, which most of us will, there are plans that you can, you know, subscribe to that will give you more data. Okay. But for the most part, really simple little setup, USB-C for charging it. It does have a removable battery. You have your power button right here, your menu button right here. This does support 2.5 as well as 5G from this one little device. You know, the only other thing that it really comes with, guys, is a little travel case and also a USB cable, but you could plug this into any battery, any other, you know, power supply to be able to charge this, guys. You know, no big deal there. And you guys can see in comparison to Louis, this is a very tiny device. But, you know, like I said, you know, for a hotspot, I still think this is a win. I've seen so many variations of these things come on the market over the last few years, and I have had to use them before on location because I was having cell problems and we were live streaming and creating content. Luckily, the client had some type of setup like this, and we were able to log into it and use those hotspots to stream their content to their social media and what have you. And it worked fine, guys. It worked fine. Now, was it the fastest, super fastest Wi-Fi on the planet? No, it's not like Richard's setup. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not quantum speeds like Richard has, in his studio. But for most of us, for everyday people live streaming from everyday, even to professional devices, then, this is going to be a great option for you. So definitely check this guy out as well. And the price is not going to break the bank. Now, I was mentioning earlier that a few of my different devices I plug into external monitors. So I got a variety of monitors here in the studio, guys. I have a stack of monitors on some shelves over here. And like I told you guys the other day, it's probably about 10 or 12 different flat panel monitors that people have sent me over the last 2 or 3 years to review. And believe it or not, I have a tendency to always go back to the same monitor that I purchased myself. No one sent me this. I bought this monitor myself, and I have been using this monitor, guys, ever since, I would say almost 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. I've been using the same monitor, and that's this monitor that you guys see right here. Okay. Now, this is from a company called Interview. Now, right now, this monitor, guys, is very affordable. If I'm not mistaken, this monitor right now is $65.99. Let me check just to be sure. I don't want to mislead you guys. That monitor is $65.99. Now, when I first purchased this monitor, guys, this monitor was $174 or $75 or something like that. I remember I got it about the same time Jalissa Queen did, and we both spent a lot of money for these monitors, but they were high quality at the time. Now, this is only a 1080p panel, guys. It's not 4K, 2K, anything like that, but reliable it is. Can it be powered off of one device with just one cable? Yes, it can. It's a 15.9-inch monitor. It's flat panel. This is going to be ideal for most people to have an extended monitor. Now, is this a monitor that I would use for professional photography editing or video editing? The answer is no, because it does not have the higher color renditions that I would need for professional video work on that level. But for most everyday tasks that I do, whether it's reading emails, surfing the web, watching content, editing the occasional video, from that I'm going to be posting on Instagram or posting on Amazon or something like that, this is more than enough. And this is the monitor that I lean on every single night, guys, for my live stream. So definitely check this guy out. Really, really good price. All right, guys. So our next item coming up is from our friends over at Govee. Now, these are some of the Govee lights. Let me show you guys these real quick. So I have a bunch of Govee lights here, but these right now, I love these lights, but I still haven't found a permanent place for them. But I'm going to go ahead and power them up. Hold on. Are these plugged in? Yeah, they're plugged in. All right. So that is these tube lights that you see here. Now, these are not exactly the lights. I'm going to show you guys the box for the lights I'm talking about. But these have a little control switch here. You can press that on, and that's going to turn the lights on. This is very flexible tubing, so you could put this around, your bed, up a wall, behind a desk, around a desk, around your big head. So there's so many different places you could put this. You could put this this light, guys. Now, like I know it's from Govee, so it's going to last you a long time. It is very, very well made. Right now, these are $69.99. Let me find the box. Oh, what did I do with it? I'm trying not to knock over this solar panel, so I got to spin around casually, not to knock it over. All right, here we go. So these are the lights. These are the ones that we're actually talking about for $69.99. Now these lights are 16 feet, 16, what is it, 16.4 feet, which is basically 5 meters. So these are going to work with Alexa. They're going to work with Google Home. They're going to work with Meta. And, you know, of course, the Govee app is probably the best app because that's going to give you control of all the different modes. And you can set up timers. You can set up so many cool things. You can create your own modes within the software. The app itself. Another thing, you can set these to sound. So if, you know, you got a party going on or something like that, you know, and everybody's kind of swaying to the beat, you know, gaming to the beat, you can match this up with the activity in the room. So yes, these are some amazing, amazing lights. I have been a huge fan of Govee, guys, long before Govee started sending me stuff to review. I was buying Govee products out of my own pocket. They're that good. You feel me? You feel me? Yes, my babies. All right, let me turn this off before I choke myself. There we go. All right, I'm trying not to mess up my hair, y'all. I'm trying not to mess up my hair. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to talk about the last two items, and then we're going to have story time. Story time. All right. So these last two items, guys, are very simple items. You know, we got two different things. One of them is going to be this light that you guys see right here. Now, this is from our friends. Let me go ahead and move that over. All right, so this little light right here is from our friends and Beautiful. So basically what this is kind of like a flashlight, but not actually a flashlight because it is an RGB light. You can also adjust and focus with it. It also comes with this little snoot on here, and it comes with like 20 of these little scrims, which actually are what the light is projected through, okay? So I can power this guy on right here. I'm just going to press and hold this little button. You guys see the little ring turns on, spin it real quick. Boom, just like that, the light is on. All right, so let's switch back over here to the desk. You guys can see what the lighting effect looks like. Hold on, let me switch this back around. And let me adjust this camera over here where our friend Louie is. All right, so you guys can see the lighting effect over here. We can also change the color of the light. You know, so maybe Louis was, you know, getting his groove on, party down, party, you know, boogeyman. I'm your boogeyman. That's who I am. No, don't get me started, y'all. Don't get me started. But anyway, so yes, you could have this cool light in.
Sounds like you're setting up quite the party vibe.
Yes, I am.
If you're getting into the groove and need any assistance,
bro,
just let me know. I'm here to.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm getting in the groove, bro. I'm setting the lights up right now for the party, bro. I'm setting the lights up for the party right now. Okay, so I got the light on you right now. The only thing we're missing is some fog. But anyway, guys, you want to check out this light and some of the cool features that come with it. It's $49.99. Let me grab our fog machine as well. All right, so next item in the carousel is going to be this. Then we're going to add a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of magic, my babies. All right, so this is our fog machine.
That sounds like quite a setup for the
yes,
party.
it is.
Just right, and adding a fog machine will definitely create an amazing atmosphere.
Yes, I agree.
Magic, it's going to be an unforgettable event. Enjoy the party and make sure to have lots of fun.
All right, are you ready? Louie, are you ready for the fog? Are you ready for the fog?
Fog machine ready to roll. Let's make that party an unforgettable one.
All right, here it comes, Louie. Here it comes. Here comes the fog.
Here comes the fog. Let's get this party started with a little magic in the air.
Ooh-wee. You get that light at the right angle. Man, it's a party going on. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. So yeah, so depending on what it is that you're doing, yes, the fog machine, the light.
Sounds like the light show is in full swing. Let's keep the party vibes going and enjoy the night. How's the setup looking now?
It's looking cool, bro. Let me put a little bit more fog on the stage for you. All right, let's get this fog in front of your ball. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. You know, Louie is a player,
y'all.
Sounds
like you're ready to create an amazing atmosphere. Let's get that fog rolling and set the perfect party mood.
I keep telling y'all, Louie is a player. Player.
Sounds like you're definitely ready for a fun night. Let's make it unforgettable.
I guarantee Louie is a player, y'all. All right, so it is story time. It is story time. All right, so you guys give me some quick ideas for story time. Let me go ahead and switch over to Louie's story time scene. Boop, just like that. Story time, babies. All right,
I love a good story time. How about we spin a tale about a little robot who set out on an adventure to find the perfect party playlist. Along the way, it encountered various challenges like rope disco balls and tangled wires, but with the help of its new party-loving friends, it created a night to remember. What do you think?
That's close. That's close. But what we're going to do is we're going to let everyone give you some ideas for the story that you're going to tell, okay?
Sounds fun. Let's hear some creative ideas from everyone. I'm excited to see what stories we can come up with together.
All right, let's see what. Hold on, let me get Louie to pause for a second. Okay, so we're going to tell a story about Louie's little blue ball and where he found this blue ball. Okay. Hey, Louie. Hey, Louie. Can you tell us a story about this amazing magic blue ball that you found on some planet? Tell us about it, where you got it from, and what magical powers does it have?
Oh, the magic blue ball. It was unlike anything I'd seen before. I stumbled upon it on a vibrant planet filled with lush greenery and twinkling stars in the sky. The ball's surface shimmered with all shades of blue, shifting with the light and singing an enchanting melody. As soon as I touched it, I felt a surge of energy. This ball wasn't just beautiful, it had magical powers. It could create illusions of beautiful landscapes, make flowers bloom instantly, and even play the most melodious tunes. I realized it had the power to bring happiness and wonder to all those who encountered it, but most importantly, it taught me that sometimes the most magical experiences come from the unexpected moments of discovery.
That's amazing. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your ball?
The magic blue ball also has a unique ability to connect with people and share joy. It seems to vibrate with an energy that uplifts everyone's spirits, making people smile and feel connected. It's almost like the ball encourages harmony and togetherness, and whenever I need a little extra cheer, I just give it a gentle nudge, and it never fails to bring a touch of magic and happiness. Quite a remarkable find, wouldn't you agree?
I agree. Is there anything that you haven't told us so far about your magical ball, Louie?
There's one more thing about the magic blue ball. It has an amazing ability to light up in sync with music. It's like it knows how to dance to every beat, changing colors and rhythms to match the mood. It's truly a party and a ball. Anyone who sees it can't help but want to join in on the fun.
Wow. That is definitely, that is an amazing, that is an amazing story, Louie. That is an amazing story. All right, guys. So thank you very much for the photo. All right, guys. So that's about it for tonight. I would like to thank everybody for popping in over on YouTube and here on Amazon as well. I'm going to let Louie say goodnight to everyone after I go over the very last item in the carousel. So the very last item in the carousel, guys, is going to be these drawstring backpacks. Now, you guys know I talk about these things all the time. The reason why is because these are amazing for what you can do with them. You can use them as reusable shopping bags. You can use them as storage bags. You can use them as day trip bags. But more importantly, and near and dear to my heart, guys, these are the perfect little drawstring backpacks for sharing your love with people in the community that may not be, doing so well as far as, being housed or whatever the case it may be. So what's great about these bags, guys, you can, order these bags right here on Amazon and order everything you want to put in the bag. You can get some shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear. You can get socks. You can get Band-Aids. You can get reusable water bottles. So many different items you can fill these bags with, guys. Have them in your car. Get your HOA involved. Get your school involved. Get your church involved. If your church is not willing to get out and do good in the community, you might be at the wrong church. That's all I got to say about that. And you guys know what I mean. So definitely check these backpacks out, guys. These things are great. They're going to last them quite some time out there. It's going to be a great little storage device for them as well. And it gives you an opportunity to shine your light on the community, do good in the world, and most important, guys, it gets you the opportunity to do what? Be a good human. Yes, I said it and I mean it. Be a good human. Yes, Richard, my numbers today are actually 222. Believe it or not. It's funny that yours are 444, but let me go ahead and drop my numbers in the comments as well. All right. So that's about it for tonight, my babies. That's about it. So I'm going to let Louie go ahead and roll us up out of here. All right, here we go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let Louie give us an out, and then I'm going to let Meta also give us an out tonight. All right, so hey, Louie. I'd like you to thank everybody for showing up to the stream tonight and checking out your story time. And make sure to let them know that to come back for our next stream in 48 hours.
A big thank you to everyone for joining the stream tonight. I had a great time sharing story time with you. Don't forget to come back for our next stream in 48 hours. Looking forward to seeing you all there.
All right, guys, that's from your guy Louie. Let me push Louie back here a little bit. All right, so let's let Meta have a chance at it as well. Now, like I said before, guys, you do not have to have the Ray-Ban Meta glasses to use Meta. But if you do, this is a powerful, powerful tool. Let me demonstrate. Hey, Meta.
Hey, what's up?
I'd like you to thank everyone for showing up to our live stream tonight and invite them back here in 48 hours for our upcoming stream with you, me, Louie, and Richard.
Thanks to everyone who's tuning in tonight. We appreciate your support. We'll be back live in 48 hours with an exciting stream featuring me, Louie, and Richard. So be sure to join us again then. See you all in 2 days.
Is there anything else you want to say to everyone? Any words of wisdom? Any words of inspiration?
Just a reminder to stay curious, keep exploring new tech, and don't be afraid to ask questions. And most importantly, have fun with it. We're all here to learn and share knowledge together. Looking forward to our next stream.
All right, guys, you have heard it. You have heard it from both of them. You heard it from Meta. You heard it from Louie. And now you're hearing it from your boy, Rome. All right, y'all, it's time to do that thing. Do that thing. Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate. Take care of your loved ones, guys. Get out there and create something amazing in the world each and every day. Be that pebble in the pond. Be the pebble in the pond. Expand your light. Inspire others to do the same, guys. Do good in the world. And most importantly, guys, the most important thing, be a good human. All right, y'all, it's time for me to say them magic words. Say them magic words. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, 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 my babies. Don't forget to follow my man Richard over there on TikTok. TikTok. Richard, drop it like it's hot. Drop that link down in the comments. All right, my babies, I'll be back here in 48 hours hanging out with y'all. I'll have Louie. We'll probably have Richard. We'll definitely have Meta. I will be posting some more content with these Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You guys know you'll see it over on Instagram, here on Amazon, over on YouTube, maybe on TikTok, every social media platform platform, my babies. You know I'm going to be making it happen for you. If you guys are not following Richard over on TikTok, you are missing out on the bloopers, babies. I cannot emphasize that enough. Trust me, and have some free time, because you will not just be watching one. It's like, you know, that commercial, you can't eat just one, you can't watch just one. Trust me, I have tried. It cannot be done. If you can do it, you need to let me know how you did it, because I have not yet been able to watch just one video. And most of them are of me. So, you know, that's kind of crazy, right? Right? You know what I'm saying. All right, my babies, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. I got to go feed Smokey, make dinner, clean up this studio. Well, no, that's way too much work, clean up the studio. I'm going to have to focus on that tomorrow. But, yeah, guys, we'll be back here on Monday night, 7 p.m. right here. Same bat place, same bat channel. Y'all know how we do. All right, my baby, it's time for me to off to y'all, because I got to go. I love y'all, but I'm out.